Yeah, hi there, it's Len here. It's my great privilege to share a few things with you this morning. During the early stages of shutdown, I was impressed really by the Spirit of God to have a look at the exile of Israel and the return from exile particularly. And I thought that was probably relevant because, okay, we're taken into this isolation period, we're not seeing each other. And it's almost like exile. And previously, we just had a series on Daniel. Of course, he was in exile when he wrote his book. But it soon became clear to me it was more than that. I had to get to grips with all these books in the Bible that relate to it, because the Bible isn't laid out in chronological order, particularly the Old Testament. So I made my own timeline, and it soon became apparent where everything fitted in relation to Middle Eastern history, the rise of different foreign kingdoms, and that had the bearing on Israel. Well, it's too much to give information on that now, but it was a wonderful period for me, because not only was I looking at the context, I was looking at the characters, the way that Jeremiah suffered for being a prophet, for example, and also when we are encouraged to read the Bible in depth rather than just a couple of verses each time we open it and before we move on to other things. I will recommend read a Bible, but if you can, try and read books. Have a program to read books if you can, because we're exposed to the Spirit of God. He speaks through His precious Word to us, and it illumines His character rather, and saw His great love for His people, all mankind. His great heart, His mercy extended, long-suffering, and His desire for people to come to Him. These were really deep thoughts impressed upon me. In Ezekiel, he talks about the heart of stone being replaced by a heart of flesh. And I knew about this, but that impressed upon me something more on this occasion. For a number of weeks this went on, my study. I was like being back at college, because I was spending some time hours looking at various commentaries and so on. And I wasn't looking at the New Testament at all. It had no interest for me for some reason, but I knew that God was in it. Well, because I was questioning, why am I doing all this? It's great for me, it's a great blessing for me, but are you trying to show me something more? And all of a sudden I was led into the last couple of chapters of John. Why? I can't remember why, but it suddenly, I was looking at it and it was jumping out the page. And rather than the breakfast at Tiffany's, it was breakfast by the sea, with Jesus was on the shore side after Peter and a couple of his mates said, "Oh, we're going to go fishing," because they were thinking, well, we're just kicking around a bit. Although Jesus had appeared to them and ministered to them and given them the Great Commission. But that occurred to me, actually, were they thinking, well, we've had a fantastic 3.5 years, but what's going to happen now? Is it all going to drift away like it did for those returning from exile eventually? Am I going to bounce my grandchildren on my knee and say, "Oh yeah, I remember when I was a young man and all these things happened," but things haven't really changed? But no, it wasn't like that. They came to shore, they knew it was Jesus, but didn't want to say anything. And you think, well, what's Jesus going to say? But he didn't say anything. And we have this lovely scene of just them eating breakfast together. And that hit me very suddenly, that what a difference it makes when Jesus shows up it changes everything, doesn't it, friends? So that heart of stone that I had has now become a heart of flesh. May that bless you, folks. I look forward to seeing you all soon rather than later. Bless you now. Bye.